How do you plan your meals to hit your macros each day? Let's chat about it.
Don't you want to look good naked?
When it comes to hitting your macro goal, the first thing that we need to realize is that planning ahead is going to be your best friend. You don't want to get to the end of the day and start playing what I call macro tetris, where you're trying to work in all different types of foods to hit your protein goal or your carb goal or your fat goal. That's just a recipe for stress, and you can avoid that completely by just planning a little bit ahead. So for all of my clients, I recommend if you're tracking macros, if you're trying to hit a specific macro and calorie goal each day, plan it out ahead of time. Plan your day so that you know exactly what you're targeting to eat so that you don't have to go throughout the day trying to fit things in and play Tetris and all that crap, right? It's just stress. It doesn't need to happen. Plan ahead, prep for success. I like to break it up by first thinking about, okay, how many calories am I eating in the day, right? What's my calorie goal? Am I looking to maintain my weight? Am I looking to lose body fat? Am I looking to go into a building phase and put on muscle, so go into a surplus? So that's the first thing you need to determine, right? How many calories are you planning to eat for that day? Once you have that down, the next step is to go and look at your protein goal. So what is your protein goal for the day? Typically, for most people, I recommend 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Some people might say, oh my gosh, that's way too high. But from the research, we know that protein is not dangerous. You can eat lots of protein and actually have lots of benefit from it. So don't be afraid of protein. Protein is your friend. So let's say, you're 160 pounds, this is just a random example, and you want to eat 160 grams of protein. So what I would recommend is dividing that 160 grams of protein into how many meals you eat per day. So do you typically eat 3 meals, 4 meals, 5 meals? And this would include snacks. So when I say meals, I would say, are you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and 1 snack? Are you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner and 2 snacks? That would be 5 meals. So think about how many meals, right, and include the snacks in there, you eat per day, and divide that protein up into those meals. So let's say that you eat 3 main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you eat a snack at night or in the afternoon. That would be 4 meals. So I'm dividing that 160 grams of protein into 4 meals. 160 divided by 4 is... I'm gonna take my phone out here because my camera gal does not know what that is. 40, okay. So 40 grams of protein divided in 4 servings per day. And so no, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so that's 40 grams of protein divided into 4 meals per day. So if you're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, those are your 4 main meals, and you're doing that snack. If you want to divide that snack into 2 meals or 2 snacks, you could do 20 in each of those snacks, just an example. But think about that first. How do you plan your protein first? So I'm trying to hit 40 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then 40 grams combined in that snack or those 2 snacks. So how do you get 40 grams of protein in your main meals? So let's go over breakfast. So with breakfast, maybe you have 3 whole eggs and some other things on the side. But let's just plan the protein first, right? So 3 whole eggs, 1 egg has about 5 grams of fat and about 6 grams of protein. So if we're looking at 3 eggs, that's 6 times 3, that's 18. I can do that math. 18 grams of protein with those 3 eggs, and then we're getting about 15 grams of fat in that as well. So let's put the fat to the side for a second. But you're getting about 18 grams of protein with those 3 eggs. So you can simply add on some egg whites, right? If you're making an omelet, you can make a 3 whole egg omelet, add on some egg whites, and that will get you to that 40 grams of protein. Or maybe you add some sausage on the side or some bacon on the side. That will also help you to get to that 40 grams of protein. Remember though, we still got fat there, but we'll talk about that in a second. So that would be breakfast. So you got your protein plan for your breakfast, and you got a little bit of fat there as well. Then for lunch, thinking about maybe you just have, 6 to 8 ounces of some type of meat source, whether it's chicken, pork, beef, whatever you enjoy, that can be for lunch. And then I'm sure there's gonna be some trace amount of protein coming from some other sources with your lunch, but just make sure you have a solid amount for lunch to plan, right? 6 to 8 ounces, maybe 4 to 6 ounces. That'll definitely get you in that 40 grams of protein range. Same for dinner, pick a meat source, 4 to 6 ounces. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, probably gonna be a little bit more complicated. Not gonna get into that in this video. But that's the easy way to plan your main meals. And then maybe for your snacks, you're focused on having some, Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, or maybe you have a protein shake, or maybe you make some protein ice cream. Lots of ways to get protein in. Now we need to just fill in the rest with some carbs and fats, right? Depending on your particular goal. So whether you're focused on a lower carb approach or a lower fat approach or just a balanced approach, just think about how you can kind of fill in the gaps for each of those meals. So for breakfast, we planned out that whole egg omelet with some egg whites. So you got a good amount of fat from those eggs in that breakfast. So you probably don't need to add any more fat to your breakfast. Maybe you do, depending on your calorie goal. But we're missing maybe some carbs. So if you're gonna add some carbs in there, whether it's some veggies, so some non-starchy carbs, or if you don't wanna add any carbs, that's totally fine. If you wanna add some starchy carbs, you can think about maybe potatoes or, I don't know, any starchy carb, rice, whatever you want to add to breakfast. That's your breakfast, right? You've planned kind of your protein source, and now you've got filling in your fats and your carbs. Same thing, move to lunch. You already got your protein planned, so let's fill it in with some fat and carbs. Especially if you have a leaner source of protein, then you're gonna probably add in a little bit of fat. Maybe you have a salad, for example, and you use some cheese, so you're gonna get some fat from the cheese, maybe some fat from the dressing you use. Maybe you add some avocado on top of there, lots of healthy fats, maybe some nuts and seeds. Don't go too crazy though. So that's how you can plan your lunch. And then maybe if you're having a salad, you're gonna get, that fiber and the carbs from your vegetables, or maybe you add a sweet potato on the side, whatever it is. Just think about adding, filling in the gaps there, and then do the same for dinner. For your snack, you got your protein planned out, and then just add a little bit more of whatever you feel like. Maybe it's some berries in that yogurt, maybe you add some nuts and seeds, maybe you add a little nut butter, things like that. So that's how I typically recommend planning out your day if you're trying to hit macro goals. You probably are wondering, well, where do the recipes come in? What about if I'm making a recipe for my family, or if I'm, eating out somewhere? That's all gonna, be variables that you need to consider. But I would say if you're someone who is struggling with tracking macros and actually hitting your macros, it probably makes sense to keep things as simple as possible and also repeat them, right? Make them repeatable throughout the week. So what I like to do is just during the week, I don't wanna think about my food. I don't wanna think about what I'm eating. I just wanna know what I have planned out so I can worry about all the other stuff going on. So I typically plan one weekday of food, and I just put it on repeat from Monday through Friday, and then the weekends are a little bit more variable. So again, keep it as simple as possible, and you'll be good to go. Women, we believe